What's good, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. CDK Sports Talk Network. Y'all know what it is, man. I got the OG in here, Crush the Legend. What's good, Crush?
What's going on, my brother? Nothing, man. Fight recap, man. It's a good Sunday, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. I mean, the
Man,
whole thing yesterday, last night was quite entertaining. We seen some comedy that we didn't expect to see.
yeah.
Only beside T.O. and his character, but we seen somebody lose their Steve Harvey. We see Big Baby Miller losing Steve Harvey, man. what you doing with the hairpiece, my God? Whoa! Listen, everybody, for you tank haters out there, I can't run that. I got some grease in my eye. That's way worse than that. That's
Man,
way.
hey. But the thing about Big Baby, man, he owned it. He owned it. That's what I love about him, man. He funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He went on and pulled it off. He ain't try to hang on to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, in 40 years of watching boxing, I ain't never seen nothing like that happen before, man. The man claimed that he got his hair grow. He just happened to, at that moment, you know what I'm saying, put something in his hair, some bleach or something, and it, took his hair out. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Don't give me the line. But it was a beautiful night of boxing, you know what I'm saying? It started off slow. We seen Bachram lose to Josh Kelly, which, kind of surprised me, but Josh Kelly showed up. What do you think about that fight?
Shout out to Josh Kelly. Shout out to Josh Kelly 3 times. Shout out to Josh Kelly. But Boo Sanders want that belt. All right, but shout out to him. Good performance. Bachram, being all 16 months. Bachram could have got him out of there. Because one thing that I want to point out what D Free said. He said, man, if Josh Kelly don't gas out, he could win his fight. Because if you know anything about Josh Kelly, he gets winded, and he kind of got winded too. But it took like man, you talked before the fight. It actually took like 8 rounds, and you said between six and 8 rounds for Bachman to get his rhythm together. And once he was able to start putting his punches on him, it showed a whole lot. But he was also gassed too by being out so far. So when he had about 3 or 4 different times, he could have got Josh Kelly up out of there, but he couldn't finish. But I still like him, and hopefully he can stay more consistent. You know what I mean? Because everybody is not blessed to they will handle Russ like that. And Josh Kelly is a piece of work. But I like the way he was talking, and we here in Philly, whatever, we're like for him to be the man to go ahead and get Boots in as a shot because we know he's one of the true boogeymen in boxing right now. But good performance though, man. Good performance.
Yeah, it definitely was a great performance on his part. I got to give him credit. He shocked me, you know what I'm saying? And he went out there and done what he's supposed to do. And I do think ring rust did hurt Bagram, not making no excuses for him. But Josh Kelly went out there and showed up. And what we did kind of see was Bagram kind of get exposed. And, Josh Kelly's style is kind of like he has fast hands and stuff. You can kind of see like he likes to play around a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and do his thing. I think Boots would have done Bagram even worse had he had the opportunity. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying, Josh Kelly, it seems like that fight might be between him and Boots. But I'm hearing Boots say that, they still hoping that Virgil Ortiz, you know what I'm saying, goes ahead and sign this contract so they go ahead and get that work on the way. And then I definitely want to see that fight. I definitely want to see Virgil and Boots, you know what I'm saying, before anything. That's the fight I want to see. But man, we're gonna go back and talk about Shoo. We're gonna talk about Keyshawn Davis, but man, I gotta get straight to it. Because I told people all last week, man, Shakur Stevenson is a special fighter, man. And I've been saying it over and over. I just don't think there's anybody from 140 down that can deal with dude. You're a problem. And a lot of people didn't want to hear that because a lot of people you know what I'm saying, they got this hate in their heart. And for some reason, it's like when you're a black fighter and you got an ego, it's a problem. But all fighters got egos. So a lot of people were betting against Shakur Stevenson because they don't like the way he talk, they don't like the things he say. But listen, man, dude, special in the ring. And what do you think about him, Chris? What do you talk about what happened last night with Tiafimo? Where he go
Hey
wrong?
man, shout out to Shakur Stevenson, who I like, but you know me, I'm gonna keep it real about all these fighters. I don't give a damn. You give me a reason to talk about your cons. That's what I'm going to do, just as well as your pros.
Yeah,
Shakur didn't do a damn thing wrong. Perfect fight. This was an easy fight. This no way by the stretch of your imagination this was a 50-50 fight, people. Let's just be honest. This was never a 50-50 fight.
nope.
And simple because Teofimo Lopez, there's fighters, there's a handful of fighters in boxing right now that he's like simply not on the same level. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. Fuck all that Four Kings shit that y'all made up. See, I had something called the Three the Hard Way, like that old cinema movie. You know what I mean? Jim Kelly, Jim Brown, you know, and the Dream Team, and that's Shakur, that's Tank, and that's Devin, which I think would have been a
Yeah,
wonderful thing if Mayweather could have
yeah,
had all these guys. I love these guys, and just like between Bud and Arrow, I don't see nobody beating these guys except for one another. And we got the answer with Bud and Terrence. Happy with that. You know, an elite beating another elite. With Tank, Shakur, and Dev, I like them the same. I really do. It's just when y'all fools talk y'all nonsense from a pickle pulling standpoint, we don't pull on pickles. You know, we normally put them on sandwiches and shit like that. But definitely definitely a shutout performance by Shakur. But with Teofimo Lopez, his athleticism, um, he met a guy that his reflexes is still there. He's athletic. He's not athletically flashy, but he's athletic, and that's and with Shakur Stevenson. See, that's why you wasn't going to see a recopy of what he did against Josh Teller, who was a little aged and all that. So I was never really sold on that. T.O. really don't have no boxing IQ. Neither does his goddamn corner. You see it. He was able to do things just off of sheer talent and really putting his heart into something. But when it comes to talking about skill set and talent, where does he really lie at? Where is he really good at? He's more talented than skill. And his talent ain't that damn good. That's just what it is. So he wasn't able to do nothing. Wasn't fast, but not fast enough. Timing is off. Just like your car, the timing built. Your shit, you know, no good timing. Then he was out of reach. And here's the thing, Shakur giving a shout out, the master of spacing. But last night, yeah, Shakur wasn't really too defensive. He wasn't overly defensive like we normally see. One thing that I enjoyed, he made T.O. pay when he made him miss. And that's what we wanted to see from Shakur Stevenson, something that he normally don't do. But he displayed that last night against Teofimo Lopez with making him miss and making him pay. And that's the art and the sweet science of boxing. Making him miss, making him pay, catch and shoot, make him put on his running boots to get away from fire. So that's what happened last night. This was nothing that Teofimo Lopez could do. He only had a puncher's chance and a knockout chance against Shakur Stevenson. That was it. His father don't have the intellectual mechanism to do anything. He's not a good trainer. T.O. is as good as he's going to get. If it's anything that's left in him, I won't say he's ruined, but we already knew he wasn't better than some guys. So no matter what he does next, you know, he better come out a little better than what he is. And I think he should take a page from Brian Oman Jr. and a few other guys that had to get rid of their fathers because that man don't know what he's doing. And once you put a brain up there against another brain, you're gonna find out what these guys is made of. And sometimes the corners is lacking the IQ just as well as the fighter. Once again, and I'm a pass. The corner, your team, your camp can be lacking the IQ. And that's why they can't cook up a good enough plan for you to go out and execute or give you answers when you can't answer the adversity on the fly yourself as a fighter in the ring. And I'm going to pass to my brother B3 picks.
B3. Go ahead, B3.
CDK Crush, how y'all feeling? Hope all is
What's
well.
good, bro?
All
Listen,
good.
man, on this highway right now, but the fights was fire last night. This was a hella fire card. Shout out to the ring. Let me say that shout out to the Sports Star Network, the People's Network, and appreciate everybody that's in the building. Um, but yeah, the car was phenomenal. I was really impressed with Shushu coming through. The fight was looking kind of tough. At one point, he got hit with a big shot, and he was able to stay on his feet, fight through adversity, come back, get a stoppage victory. Keyshawn predicted before the fight that he was going to end the fight within the distance. He was able to get a stoppage in the 12th round. It was like, I think it was 12 seconds left in the fight. So he got the job done. And then Shakur, he came back with a phenomenal, masterful performance. I mean, 11-1, 12-0, however you saw it. I mean, he pretty much shut Tio out the whole fight. Tio was falling short on all his shots. Phenomenal work by Shakur. So all around great, great event. And Big Baby, man, what can I say? What's up with that hairpiece?
Man. Yeah,
Slide to
Big
the
Baby
Yo.
left.
tried to smoke.
Slide to the right.
Yeah, man. Hey, Big Baby tried to steal the show last night with that her piece. I can't lie, man. It got
Yeah,
me. I ain't mad at him, man. Uh, I'm gonna talk about that fight a little bit as well. But listen, man, Teofimo Lopez got beat so bad last night that he apologized to the whole black community last night. He got beat into an apology. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mad at him. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that he was able to go out there and get himself humble. You know what I'm saying? I told you from the jump, I don't like Teofimo Lopez. But at the same time, let me make this point right here. Let me say this. You have to stop picking. We have to stop picking these fighters because of demographics or because we're trying to, get a certain group of people to watch our show. And we got to start picking with what we really see. A lot of people, man, are picking with their hearts and not really thinking about these picks. And it happens over and over again. And I've been telling people, man, hey, listen, you don't got to like Shakur, but get a man the credit that he deserves. Go ahead and tell the truth when you know what you're looking at. A lot of people pick Shakur because of the Puerto Rican community. I'm gonna say what it is, trying to get that, demographics to come over to their side. I'm not one of those people, man. And I've been pushing this narrative for a long time, man. Start picking the way you like. Even if you ain't betting your money, you owe it to your community. And when I mean community, I'm talking about the people that come on and watch your show. You owe it to them to tell them the truth. Because a lot of people are gonna pick off based on what you say. You might not believe it, but a lot of people pick like that. They want to hear what you gotta say. And I'm not gonna lead you to a well that ain't got no water in it. I refuse to do that. So when I'm picking, I ain't picking on my heart. I'm looking at the skill level. I'm looking at what I see. And Tiafimo, man, you seen the mistakes he made. You seen what he could do. And you seen his weaknesses last night. The guy, you know what I'm saying, could not get around that jab, man. And the jab was killing him all night. And Shakur didn't do no running, as people like to say. He stood in the pocket. He moved when he had to move. For the most part, he was right there to be hit, and he couldn't get hit. And I loved it, man. I just think, man, now people going to have to start really, you know what I'm saying, hey, man, he might be next up. It might be his era. This might be his time. I definitely want to see what happens. I want to see if Tank going to come back and see how Tank look. You know what I'm saying? I've always favored Shakur over everybody down there. I think Tank, you know what I'm saying, without a doubt, has the power, you know what I'm saying, the one punch knockout power to get anybody out of there. But at the same time, I've once heard Floyd say it, and Floyd might have said it with a little hate, you know what I'm saying? But he did say that, yeah, when it comes to the hardest punches down that way, it's Tank. But when it comes to skill set, he thought it was Shakur. And I've always agreed with that statement from him. I've always thought that, hey, man, it's going to take somebody to really hurt Shakur and get him out of there to beat him. I don't, like I said, I'm not sold on the Conor Ben thing. Conor Ben's not all that talented to me. You know what I'm saying? He's at 147. No, he's not at 147, but I think they would fight at 147. I think that's where the fight would take place. But he's already said he's not going to do no rehydration clause. So I don't think that fight happens. What do y'all want to see for Shakur next?
um, what I like to see for Shakur next, to be honest with you, call all this gross shit out and fight Keyshawn Davis. I'm fuck all the bullshit. That's why I'm at with it. Because these guys can keep being within the same weight area. You guys keep staying around the same weight, your mom will rumble. I'm not trying to hear that brother shit. Brothers make money together, so I don't give a fuck what you talking about. But if not that, let me see. If there's any fight that I could really say I would like to see Shakur have, and that what the people want to see. Um, I mean, if he's going back to 35, of course, the only two fights we want to see is Abdul and Tank. Not much after that, what you call that, the people want to see at 35. Then we have 140. We want to see if somebody can go in there and handle the boogeyman, which is Antoine Russell. That a lot of people is afraid to face at 140. So he has a lot of options. So I think whatever Shakur decide to do, he hasn't really called anyone out yet, and I think he's trying to decide what he should do. Is he going to go back to 35 or he's going to go ahead to 40? So either way, if he goes to 35, it's either Tank or Abdullah. He goes to 40, it could be any of those guys that has a belt. So I'm fine with whatever he lands. It's just we gotta wait to see which weight class he's going to decide to campaign at, and then we have more of a better idea. But he got a lot of options, and I'm pretty sure he's going to maximize them, or he can go up and decide to do a rehydration with someone or whatever the case may be. But he has options. So let's see what Shakur wants now, because most likely he'll be able to get a match that he actually wants for an opponent, and they can go out there and negotiate and make things happen. Um, as far as that, keep on doing what he's doing. Do it
Yeah,
against whatever level. If they on the same level or not. This is what boxing is about. Um, you on the same level, you show you the better version of that level. If they ain't on the same level, you show them there's separations and they actually shouldn't be there with you. And that's what he did last night. And I always thought that Teofimo didn't deserve to be in there because he's not elite. He's a B level fighter. You know, it depends on what you putting him up against too, also. So yeah, that's what I got on.
B3.
So I'm thinking about the landscape and what I want for him. Really, the first fight would be my first option is Raymond Mortaia unification at 135. I think it would be nice for him to unify the titles at 135. That'd be good if he could still make that weight. If he's gonna stay at 140, I would like to see what's available.
Mm,
Mm, I would probably say Antoine. Wait for Antoine is gonna fight in February, so he got Antoine. I think Dalton Smith is probably gonna have to fight Puello. So that's the 140 fight, Antoine Russell, and then the 147, which is I don't know if he's gonna capitulate that weight, but it'll be that only fight I want to see him there is Devin Haney or Ryan. So he needs to either be fighting one of the four kings because he's the fifth king. And he's looking
Hmm.
like the he's looking like the first king. But I'm just we know I'm talking about just the succession of it, how everything went. But I feel like those that's the route. So Raymond at 135, Dalton Smith or Gary Antoine, and then the secondary Dalton Smith at 140, and then Devin Haney or Garcia at 147.
definitely. And I'm gonna piggyback off something Crush said about the Keyshawn Davis. Right now, the only reason I don't have a problem with them not fighting is because it's so early. I mean, as far as there's a lot of fighters left in the landscape. But Son Zab Judah said him and Floyd Mayweather was real close. They called themselves being brothers. But there came a time when the money was so much, so much money on the table that they had to put that to the side and go ahead and fight. So I think if the money is ever right, truly right for them, I believe that we'll see that fight. You know what I'm saying? But right now, both of those guys can actually, what I'm saying, fight whoever they want to fight at this moment. You know what I'm saying? And let me talk about Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis does a lot of cornball stuff, but that man is talented. I mean, we had Jermaine Ortiz out there last night who ain't no slouch. We seen him against Loma Chico. We seen him against Teofimo Lopez, man, and I think he beat Teofimo Lopez. He had never been stopped before. And we seen Keyshawn Davis go out there and man, I'm talking about he looked phenomenal last night. I gotta give him his credit. He made me mad with some of the things he do, but I ain't taking nothing from him as far as the skill set go. Jermaine Ortiz, man, was lost out there. And I was listening to those. That's why I cut my sound down on my TV. Because a lot of times the announcers want you to see something that ain't there. And all I seen Jermaine Ortiz doing a whole lot of dancing around the ring, bouncing in and out, but not really letting his hands go because he was scared of what was coming back. You know, Keyshawn Davis to UB3, where would you rank him right now? If you just had to look at the 145, 140 pound division, where would you put him at?
I'm gonna put him at right now. He's looking like a top three. I
Mm-hmm.
would have him right now. Is I would say Shakur. I would say, that's good. Right now, but until proven otherwise, Shakur is number one. at 140. He's the lineal champion. He just took the belt off the lineal champ. I would say after that, based on style and who I feel like will win fights, I got Gary Antoine number two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking, and I'm gonna take. I got it. And even though Hitchens is the champ, based on style and skill set, I got Keyshawn number three. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, I ain't got Keyshawn rank that shit yet. Just got there. Uh, just beating one guy. Um, it's not gonna get you. I can't give you a rank off of beating one guy. You just got there. So he needs to do more. So I'm not even putting him at the best, and he still needs to show me more anyway. Um, I'm not impressed by him. Despite the fact I don't like his goofy, I'm not that impressed because I think once he get in there with somebody that's on the same level as him, he ain't gonna be the same dude, man. I'm letting
But
y'all
you know
know
what,
that
Crush?
right now.
I just think, Crush, the problem is he's not gonna get in there with nobody on the same level as him unless it is a Shakur Stevenson or Gary Antoine Russell. Because those other guys are not really on. Like I said, I don't like Keyshawn personally. Some of the things he does. But man, I know what Jermaine Ortiz is. I know what he is because he's not an old fighter. So based off of that, that's what I'm basing him off of. Like I know Jermaine Ortiz is, what I'm saying, he's a really good fighter. He ain't great, but he's really good. And Keyshawn went out
Yeah,
there and dismantled this man, dismantled him. You know what I'm saying? I made him. So that's why I'm giving him his credit. But I know for a fact that Jermaine Ortiz, you take anybody else, man, that ain't in the top 2 or 3, they're gonna struggle with Jermaine Ortiz. They're gonna really struggle. Keyshawn, man, we also gotta look at this. The man is, he's an Olympian. See, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of wrinkles to his game as far as what he brings to the table. And the one thing that he has in the X factor, I think people don't kind of sleeping on the power. The dude can punch, man. He can punch, and he goes to the body. I mean, he's relentless. So I just want to see, like I think he beats anybody outside of right now. Gary Antoine, Shakur, those fights are interesting. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he loses those fights, but I think they're a really hard fight for him. But I think anybody up under them at the 140-pound division, I think they're gonna have problems with him. I think they have a real problem with him. I could be wrong, but man, dude look good just by the eye test and not even the eye test no more. Just me him saying what he done to Jermaine Ortiz because that's not an eye test. That's him going out there and proving who he is. And Jermaine Ortiz, man, like how many losses Jermaine Ortiz got? He's only lost to the best, right? Am I
Yeah, he
correct?
only lost to Loma and Tia, and now Keyshawn.
And now Keyshawn. So that's a good gauge. That's a good way to gauge yourself. We've been looking for him to have that fight where we can say now Nahir Albright was his hardest fight, if you ask me. That was when he was younger. And to me, Albright is a really good fighter. I like Albright. A lot of people don't give him the credit that he should get. But man, Albright do his thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Devin might
Hmm.
beat him. Devin's a 147. Devin's a much bigger guy in the ring. But man, I'm telling you, Keyshawn gives anybody trouble. Anybody. He's not gonna be an easy out for nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's possible that, you know what I'm saying, as long as he stay doing what he's supposed to do and listen to his team, he'll be okay. I think he learned a whole lot from Terrence Crawford and Shakur, and it's good. People don't understand, like when you got those type of guys around you all the time and in your camps and stuff, it makes a big difference. And I don't even think it was a coaching change last night that mattered. I just think as Keyshawn talented as he is, he was gonna do what he done regardless of who's in his corner. Now there might come a time when you're gonna have to really listen to your corner. But Jermaine Ortiz, I don't think brought that out of him last night. I just think he's that much better than, Jermaine Ortiz, and that's what we got. I don't think it was a coaching change. Bo Mac had him undefeated, you know what I'm saying? And so, a lot of people were wondering about this coaching change and how he would look. And he looked good with the coaching change. And until he gets up, you don't want to have, put it this way, you don't want to have Teofimo dad in your corner. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of guy you don't want in your corner. You don't want a guy asking you where your power went in the middle of the race. Where your power go? You know what I'm saying? I heard him say that and I was looking like, man, you just never realized your son did the same fight at 140 that he was at 135. That's the last time he knocked somebody out. And then you decide when I'm getting beat up to ask me where my power went. I need to be asking you where my power went. You my trainer. What we were working on. So that's the only thing, man, with that. But let me get to shoot you right quick, man. What did y'all think about his performance? What do y'all think he needs to work on as far as a fighter? And do y'all think he beats the other champions at that weight class?
Uh, Go ahead, B3. You got first.
Yeah, man, I like Shushu, man. Shushu put on a dominant performance. Carlos Castro is a tough, sturdy veteran fighter, good pressure fighter, heavy-handed, and hurt Shushu, and Shushu was able to overcome. I got Shushu over Nick Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think the Angelo Leo fight is a tough fight. Oh man, I think that's closer to 50-50. And right now, Espinoza. I mean, let's
Mm-hmm.
say if Shushu, if these two guys are there to be hit, which they are, I feel like Shushu can definitely get these. You know, he got the resolve. I like Shushu. Shushu has a lot of dog in him, a lot of resolve. Now the Espinoza fight is going to be a tall task stylistically because of his length, his range, and the combinations that Espinoza throws. He throws a lot of punches and bunches, so that's going to be a lot to deal with. So he's going to have to really hurt Espinoza at some point in that matchup. I could see. I don't want to pick the Espinoza fight just yet, but I like Shushu as maybe like top three in the division.
Mm-hmm. Crush.
Yes, sir. Shout out
What
to
do you?
my man, Shoe York City, man. Shout out to Shoe Carrington. Always been big on Shoe. Ever since we heard about him. And he's if you're a fan of boxing, this is a young man you should be a fan of because he comes to fight, he comes to win. No matter how difficult it may look at sometimes, no matter if he makes it difficult or not, he seems to answer adversity on the winning side. And that's something that you want in a competitor, in a champion, in a warrior. So he definitely possessed those things. So he has the Mamba mentality, definitely far as him knowing who he is and what he's going to do. And regardless, no matter how many punches he take, no matter how hard he gets hit, he knows he's going to be able to turn the tables around. So that's if any boxer that's like that, that's someone I'm interested in watching. And he did
Mm-hmm.
just that. And he got a chance against the champions. This is how we know how good these guys are. You know what I mean? We actually put him in there. To whereas I think he has a better chance against the champions than some other guys because I think they just been having it a little too easy. You know what I mean? More so than really had to work for it. And see, that's the opposite that I feel about Keyshawn Davis because he had it easy. He had it easy. He probably had one real difficult fight. That was not your Albright. Everything else was easy peasy. You know what I mean? So, how far can your raw talent take? Because I think he's more talented than skill. I'm watching him. He's more talented than skill. Now he has more skill than Teofimo Lopez, but I think he's more talented than skill. So that's why I say I can't wait to see when he gets in the ring with someone that can match him skill wise. I think it's going to be a different ball game. He proved me wrong. That's what's up. I give him his credit and still don't like the motherfucker. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
Shushu did
Yep.
his thing, man. So shout out to Shushu Carrington and everything that Shushu wants. He should go get it. Late bloomer in the game. A lot of people was already saying his career was over before it was over. They need to step it up. Start turning the wheel. So his wheel is rotating. So he's getting some traction and motion. So let's see. Shushu looks hungry, man. And I'm always for a hungry fighter, man. Guy that really wants it, and he's gonna go out and wear it on his sleeve and do whatever he needs to do to make sure he get that food that's on that plate. So yeah, shout out to Shoo Shoo and always put on a good performance.
Yeah, he definitely. And like I said, I only seen a few things that I really feel like he needs to work on. And that's definitely, I think, defensively. His offense, man, to me is spectacular. Great jab and everything. He does a lot of things well. I do want him to, work on his defense, being a little more defensive responsible. I think, yeah, he was in there with a tough fighter last night. And when you end up with tough fighters and good competition, from time to time, man, you're gonna get hit. You know what I'm saying? It's just possible you get hit and get caught with a shot. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna be okay. The Espinosa fight, like you said, that's a tall task for anybody at the division. You know what I'm saying? Hold on 1 second. My brother in the building, Mr. D Free. What's good, my brother? Did I bring him up there? I thought I did. I thought I did.
Yeah, he
There
came
you
up on.
go.
I see him there
All right,
free.
okay, okay. What's good, Free?
Hey, nothing. What's going on
Breezy.
with y'all?
Man, just chilling, bro. Just chilling. What's going on with you? Let me get to it, Free. Man, Shakur Stevenson, your thoughts. I was listening to you last night. Me and your call, we had it, you know what I'm saying? The whole time, me and you was on the same page. I had it scored just like you had it scored. What do you think about what you seen last night?
It's pretty much what I thought what was going to happen in the fight. Shakur Stevenson was gonna pick, pretty much put T.O. apart because the only chance that T.O. had to win the fight was he had to be aggressive. The problem with that is him as a come forward fighter, he's not that good. And his come forward style is a bad recipe for his performance. I mean, you go back and look at the Sandor Martin fight, you look at the Cambosis fight, you look at even the Steve Claggett fight. All of those fights, the Jermaine Ortiz, all of those fights, he was a come forward fighter. He had bad performance. Now he only lost one of those, but a lot of people believe he lost to Sandor Martin and there was a close fight with the Jermaine Ortiz. So his style is very bad coming forward, and Shakur is a better back foot fighter than Tito is a come forward fighter.
Yeah, definitely. And I agree with you. And man, we seen last night, like, man, I want to get all the fights because we talked about everything. But Keyshawn, you can keep going. What do you think about the Keyshawn Davis and where do you rank him and how good do you think he is?
Um, I think Keyshawn Davis did well. I mean, this is the first time that he's actually been in the ring with an actual boxer since he's been a
Mm-hmm.
professional fighter.
Yeah.
Um, so I think he did well. I think the problem was he didn't respect Jermaine Ortiz's power. I think if Jermaine Ortiz had some power, I think it
Mm-hmm.
would have played out a little bit different. Because Jermaine Ortiz did catch Keyshawn with some clean shots. It's just he didn't
Yeah.
have nothing on him. So if that was somebody like let's say if it was a Antoine or a Matias or even a Tio, I think it would have played out a little bit different. Because those guys do have a bigger punch than Jermaine Ortiz. So I think it plays out a little bit different. Um, but I mean, he did well. He did what he was supposed to do. He did what he said he was going to do. He said he was going to stop him, and he did something that To couldn't do or Loma. So yeah, he did well.
Yeah, definitely. And what about Shoo Shoo?
Hey, Susu put on a hell of a performance. I mean, me and Thomas, we did our prediction Friday, and it was pretty much what me and Thomas said. He was gonna he was gonna come out there and make a statement. And he stopped Castro, and he stopped him in the round that I said he was gonna stop him. When we did the prediction before the fight, I said between 8 and 9, Sushi was gonna stop him. And he stopped him in the eighth round, and it was a hell of a combination that he put together. But it was a statement made for Shushu, and it was a great performance. Shushu became the first fighter out of New York to ever win a title in Madison Square Garden. So
All right.
that was a great accomplishment for Shushu, and he was well deserved because I thought Shushu deserved a title shot last year actually. Um, Cool Boy didn't want to make the fight with him. We saw Nick Ball didn't want to make the fight with him, so I mean he's well deserved of a title.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. I want to ask y'all this because a lot of people don't, really talk about this. But I listen to what they be saying a lot of time. I like to listen to the corner men, what they saying, what they're telling their fighters and stuff. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. I feel like T.O., this is my personal opinion. I could be wrong. Y'all might think differently. I don't know. Maybe he needs another head trainer. But I just didn't like the, you know what I'm saying, the things his dad was saying last night. Some of the stuff he was, to me, I don't know. His dad to me, just I know that his father, he probably want to get rid of him. He loves him. What do y'all think about his father being in his corner? And do y'all think he needs to bring in somebody else? Even though I know he brought in one guy, what do y'all think?
Hey, you need a
Um,
trainer, man. You need a trainer.
uh,
Sim, open
he
a closed
he
case.
pretty much don't got one. Um,
Exactly.
I mean, if you want to be honest, T.O. father really don't know anything about boxing.
Right.
T.O. T.O. has made it as far as he's made it based off of his athleticism. T.O. always been more athletic than the opponents that he's been in the ring with. I think the only person that might have been just as athletic or more athletic than T.O. was Loma. But Loma, uh, he had an injury, according to Loma in his case. He had an injury
Mm-hmm.
going into that fight. But that might have been the only person that T.O. Was in the ring with that might have been as athletic or more athletic than him. But I think T.O. relied a lot on his athleticism throughout his career. If you go back and look at just about every fight T.O. has been in or he had trouble in, his father never gave him any instructions, or the instructions that he did give him wasn't clear instruction or wasn't the right instruction. But T.O. he definitely needs to get another trainer. But the thing is, T.O. being the age that he is, um, he's going to have to start back from square one because he's an
Mm-hmm.
older guy. He's set in his ways right now. So not so much like he got to go back to the bottom of the list, but he's going to have to get a trainer, and they kind of groom him along with putting in new style into his arsenal because T.O. is a counter puncher and he needs to be able to know how to fight on the front foot. But in order for him to do that, he's going to have to get somebody in front of him that gives him the confidence of being able to fight on the front foot. And as he starts to move up the ladder, you'll see a better Tio. So I think he's going to need about 3 or 4 fights before he actually develops something new in his arsenal because he's already stuck in his ways. So if anytime he find himself in trouble, he's going to fall back to what he always do.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
agree. B3, what's good, BBO?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, my brother. B3, what do you think about TOFR and if for you too, BBO? We talking about him getting a new trainer. Does he need a new trainer?
I'm gonna be short and be let BBO cook. Yeah, I would love to see him with a new head trainer. That was a bad performance last night by TOC.
Yeah. Go ahead, BBO.
Hey, I think it's time to do what they've been talking about doing. I think Chill should go to 47,
Yeah.
and I think uh, Mr. Gary Russell Jr. should become his trainer. That's what they've been talking about for the last 2 or 3 years. It
Mm,
should happen at that point. I think you get in there with a slick fighter like Mr. Gary Russell Jr. I think it'll change his whole game.
mm,
That's what he's been missing. You got to remember, this is all athleticism and talent.
yeah.
Him and Devin must be living off what they are athletically and physically. They never really had those trainers that really didn't got a chance to teach them the game. And that's what I would say Tito need. He needs somebody to show him the game like a Gary Russell Jr. And I think the Puerto Rican is absolutely right. Maybe 2 fights, learn from Gary Russell, figure out what he could be doing. Even a Buddy McGurk would be a good idea. You know, just a slick
Yeah.
black fighter is somebody he need to be under because that's what he does.
Mm,
T.O. will never be T.O. will never be the power punch he was at 135.
right.
But remember, we see Muhammad Ali lose to Joe Frazier and come back look better than ever. When you get beat up, this is the best thing for you. Look at how Keith Thurman reacted when he got beat up by Pacquiao. He got dropped, and I still to this day feel like I've never seen the Keith. I just hate that he always hurt, but Keith Thurman been so like out of his mind ever since that loss. He been wanting to fight anybody, and I think Teal's gonna be that same way. And for all the girls that's counting him out, I want y'all to know that that's why y'all shouldn't watch boxing, man, because loss is a part of it. They
Definitely.
did this one, Devin lost. He should retire and never fight again. That's a part of it, man. You don't win every year. Giannis don't win a championship every year. Neither does MJ. So, and you lost to the better man. The Puerto Rican Coalition won, and shout out to the Snack program. They got another one.
Well, I definitely don't. I definitely don't want to see him retire. It's too early in the game for that. I do want to see him now. It only hurt when somebody says retired. Now for the fighter, he's up in age and he takes a real beating. Then okay, maybe it's time for him to hang the gloves up. But T.O.'s not that old. He has time to change and correct some things, like all of y'all saying. And I would be okay with it. Last night, I think what people really missed was when Shakur told you.
Bernard said that ball stuff.
Oh yeah, well, who Bernard Hawkins? I don't pay attention to a lot of things Bernard Hawkins say. Oh, okay. You got to redeem yourself, and I think it'd be hard to sleep at nighttime and don't try to go out there and get back in that ring and see what you got. Good trainer, we all.
Breaking up, bro.
Or whatever. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think Bill Haney is a better trainer than Senior. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Bill Haney really is, but we'll find out too when as Devin moves up, and we'll find out. But right now, Bill Haney looks like a much better trainer than Senior. Senior, man, is a problem. T.O., like I said, his power didn't carry. He act like he just now realized that last night. Like, hey, where your power go? His power didn't come to 140 with him. T.O. might, like BBO said, he'll never be the same puncher. You know what I'm saying? You think about Keyshawn and shoot performances. BBO. Can y'all hear me?
It's on you.
You said me?
Yeah, it's on you.
Oh, I thought Keyshawn looked great. Jermaine Ortiz has always been a poor man's Devin Haney. I've been saying that for a lot of years. And it's funny how that same Jermaine Ortiz, when he fought T.O., did the same exact thing, nothing. Everybody said T.O. lost. But that's who Jermaine is. Ever since Jermaine left the amateurs, like the kid I seen in 2015, 2014 in the amateurs. That's not who I've seen. Because, I like to watch these kids come up. Something happened to him, man, because he really is not as offensive as he should be. And he's a strong young kid, and he got beat dead. I mean, and I'm gonna tell y'all something funny. Keyshawn might be better than Shakur, man, because one thing I gotta give that boy credit, he can box and he know how to fight. I'm gonna start me a fighters list, man, because Keyshawn is a fighter, man.
I don't see all that. I don't see all that.
I definitely think he's good.
I'll put like this, and this is because you're my brother and I love you, Crush. If Boots Ennis had that dog get him like Keyshawn, we'd be talking about the best fighter in the world, but he don't.
What are you talking about, man? Hey, I'm trying to be nice on Sunday, but let me just say this. Don't you ever do that again. What's wrong with you, wild buck? Hey, Keyshawn Davis, Boots don't need to be nothing like Keyshawn Davis. Talking about the dog. Boots Ennis is a true boogeyman. Dudes are scared to fight him. And hopefully Josh Taylor to sign that so he can get his ass tapped. But
Josh
Keyshawn got a lot. Yeah. Keyshawn got a lot of way to go. He looks good now until he gets in there with somebody that's equally skilled as him. He ain't gonna look as spectacular or amazing as y'all say y'all believe. I'm telling you, don't say Crush ain't tell y'all asses. They always look like that until they get in there until they look in the mirror. Once they get in the mirror match, it's a whole lot different. And he got a lot more to show me. Let
me ask y'all a question though. What's good, Mr. Thomas? Let me ask you a question, Chris, because like when we talk about talent, right, and you getting in there with somebody like on the same level as you, that might be a testament to how good Keyshawn is. Because for me, when you say, okay, I'm fighting guys, and Jermaine Ortiz, like I said, he ain't no slouch. He's a very good fighter, not great, but good. For Keyshawn, if it takes somebody like a Antoine or somebody on that level to give him a tough fight, doesn't that speak more high for Keyshawn than anything. Like that's like saying, well, man, it took somebody like Gary Antoine to get in there to really make this man, to push this man. You know what I'm saying? To bring out the best in him. So it might be hard for him ever. That's what I keep saying. Like the ladder, where does he sit at? And right now we already know. Like we said, we give him the performance of, like I'm real when it comes to Keyshawn, man. Y'all know I say he's a cornball all the time. I just say that's how I be feeling about some of the stuff he do. But last night, because I know Jermaine Ortiz, he proved something to me last night. Like, dude got a skill set and he's very talented. So,
Yeah, I
y'all
think
feel like,
Keyshawn.
it's gonna take somebody like Antoine or somebody to push Keyshawn?
No.
No, I don't think it takes somebody
What you
like
say, Pooh?
Antoine. I think Antoine will push him, but I don't think it needs to be somebody like Antoine. I think somebody with the style or the IQ or the mentality of a guy like Shakur or Devin Haney or I mean you can name a couple of guys. I think any one of those guys can push Keyshawn. I think
Yeah,
it's just you gotta have a guy that has the boxing, but you can't just put anybody in front of Keyshawn and say, "Oh, this is going to be a tough fight for Keyshawn." Keyshawn is a good boxer. He's a silver melody. He's a heck of a boxer. But
You picking him to beat Devin Haney free?
nah, I don't think he'll beat Devin Haney. I think he'll give Devin Haney a good fight though. I don't think
yeah,
he'll beat Devin Haney. He doesn't have the ring IQ to beat a Devin Haney. That's why I said when BBO said he believes that Keyshawn is better than Shakur, he doesn't have the ring IQ. He's more dangerous. He's more dangerous than Shakur, but he doesn't have the ring IQ that Shakur has. Like
I agree.
Shakur can make adjustments. Like Keyshawn doesn't fight well on the back foot. He doesn't fight well on the back foot.
Right.
Shakur, Shakur can fight coming forward or being on the back foot.
I think they admit it,
So
man. But you're right, Bree.
Yeah,
That's a bigger fight unlocks something, man. And that's what I get scared of because I like the Spanish fighters. Whenever you get one of them slick blacks that learn bang in the middle, they're unbeatable. That
yeah,
dude looked like Floyd last night. You couldn't say he was running. You couldn't say
Oh,
he was.
come on.
He
Come on.
stood right in front of him. It was a lot. The only thing was, unlike Cotto, Tio couldn't make him work harder. That was the thing that kind of stink about it is if you look at them two performances, man, Shakur has learned well from watching Duran. He has learned well from watching Floyd. And probably one of the dirtiest fighters to ever live, Andre Ward. You can just see that knowing how to fight on the inside separates him. A lot of guys can't fight on the inside. Andre Ward was one of the best inside fighters we ever seen. And you could just see Keaton got everything in this game. And he's the corniest man alive. But I got to get above his credit. He can fight, man. I hope
yeah. He can
somebody
fight.
come along and break his mouth. Hopefully Abdullah
Yeah.
Mason come get him.
Yeah. Well, listen. I ain't sold on that he can fight this man. Yeah, he look good. Okay, but he got people that he's ignoring. He
Who?
got people
Who
he's
did?
Who
ignoring.
does score ever ignore?
Huh?
You talking about Devin?
Got no, not Deb. Keyshawn got guys he's ignoring.
Like
Who?
It's
who?
Who?
been dudes.
Who?
It's been dudes on his back, and he ain't
Andy,
answering.
Who?
Andy.
Andy, Tito McCullough, he got a few guys that been calling this
Hold
dude
on, hold
out.
on. Let me say this right here,
Cruz?
Chris, y'all. I don't know if people know this or not. They did send Andy Cruz a contract over there, and Andy Cruz team they didn't want to take that contract. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with y'all.
I
The
was about to say, I thought he had
Keyshawn is a better pro than Andy Cruz is. Andy Cruz had the man. This is another thing people got to take into account. Andy Cruz is about 4 years older than Keyshawn, folks. We're gonna keep it 100 now. We're gonna keep it 100. He's 4 years older than Keyshawn. So we know that when Keyshawn was fighting this man and he was still a kid, we can't take what I'm talking about right now at this moment. I'll take Keyshawn over Andy Cruz right now. Right now at this
you
moment.
can't say that. You can't say that though, CDK, because Keyshawn did go back to the Olympics
It's my
like
opinion.
Lewis. He was already pro, and he went back to the Olympics. You gotta say the whole thing. He went back to the Olympics, so he was
Stop.
low
He
key.
go out there and hurt him. Now, this
I
just
don't.
my opinion, BBO. I ain't
Yeah,
saying nobody wrong. I ain't saying
I respect what you're saying. I'm just saying he
but
did
see,
go back.
even with Andy being 4 years older. Let's say
yeah,
guys are 4 years older. You're gonna have guys that went to the Olympics before you go to the Olympics, and they're still making it to the next year Olympics. So they're
yeah.
gonna be 4 years older than you. But if you beat
Yep.
them, that doesn't make a difference if they was 4 years older.
No, I'm
It doesn't
saying
make a
as
difference.
kids though, D3, as kids, me and you both know the difference between a grown man and a teenager. We know the difference.
No, no,
And what
no.
I'm saying is right now, I ain't making no excuses. I just think Keyshawn is better right now. From what I see,
Oh,
he's
that's
better
a
right
fact.
now.
Fact.
Hey,
That's a fact.
I would say that. I would say that
Yeah,
for some people,
yeah,
it's a different. It all depends on the individual. Like if
right, right.
you got a grown man that don't have the IQ of a Keyshawn or something like that. I don't care.
Yeah.
That man could be 8 years older, but
No, I
Keyshawn
agree
is
with
smarter than him. He's smarter than him. So because I seen Devin Haney at 16 years old beating grown men as he was
you. He
moving his
would.
way up through the championship. I seen Xander Zayas at 16 years old
Yeah.
beating grown
I,
men as he was moving up in the pros. So it all depends on the individual because yes, you
no,
can have
yeah, and you're right, Free. You
it's
100%
a
right about that.
it's a
100% right. What I'm saying is
respect.
though, Andy Cruz was special at that time, and Keyshawn was special, but he had a lot more experience. But I'm saying right now today, I'll take Keyshawn.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would love to see the fight because
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love to see the fight. I would love to see the fight.
Andy Cruz is
I
still
want to see the fight.
Andy Cruz is still asking for that fight. He said he still want
Hey,
to fight
I want
Keyshawn.
to. Yeah, I want them to fight. I want them to fight. I think it'd be a great fight for Keyshawn and Andy. I'm just saying, I think the skill level right now, Keyshawn is right there. Do good. He's a cornball. He get on my nerves with some of the stuff he be doing.
Yeah, but he is
And I
good.
just,
You're right.
Would
He
you
is
pay for the
good.
Would you
but
pay
he
for the
good.
Haney
And
fight
I don't
or
want people,
what?
I think we be harboring like a lot of times on these fighters, man. Like it's hard to give a person credit when you don't like I'm trying to take all that out. That's what I'm working on now. I can't worry about what you're doing on the outside of the ring. I got to give a fair assessment of what I see. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
So that's what you know what I'm saying? And if I don't, I'll be wrong. When people listen to me, if I don't give them a fair assessment because I don't like the
what,
guy, I'm wrong.
what I will
Okay.
say is with Andy Cruz being under Bozy Ennis, and
Yeah,
he's trying to sit down on his punches a little bit more. I think that style of Andy Cruz will lose to Keyshawn. But if Andy Cruz as the
yeah,
boxer, I think he gives Keyshawn a lot of problems. When Andy Cruz first came
okay,
into the pros, Andy Cruz
yeah,
was a boxer. He was moving, he was pivoting,
yeah, he
he
was,
was throwing the lateral movement. The last couple of fights,
he
Andy
was,
Cruz tried to sit down on his punches. He got good. He had what, three knockout? He was coming off a three knockout streak, and he got more comfortable with sitting down on his punches. He got away from being the boxer Andy Cruz a little bit, and I think that's what caused him to fight with Raymond Maritana. He tried to sit down
yeah,
on his punches and box and punch with Raymond Maritana instead of being a boxer and showing the lateral movement. He did move around a lot, but it wasn't the same Andy Cruz that I saw when he first came into the pros. I think that Andy Cruz would have beat Raymond Maritana. The Andy Cruz that we see now is a Andy Cruz that's trying to sit down on his punches a little more and throw big shots, but he doesn't really have the power like that.
yeah. Well, let me ask y'all this, all of y'all this. Do y'all think that Olympic style of Andy Cruz, do you think it's a reason that they want you to sit down on your punches in the pro? What y'all understand what I'm saying? Like I know the difference, but I'm just asking y'all, you know what I'm saying, to clarify for other people. Why does the Olympic style, like a lot of people feel like it doesn't work in the pros?
It's
Um,
just because they do points. They doing points
Mm,
in the pros. You fighting for money, so you want to see blood. And I
mm,
think the thing that people forget, you want to see people bleed out when they fight in the pros. You don't want to see them box. That's just what you want. I
mm.
think they used to call it the flesh cutting business boxing. You want to see somebody get beat dead. I mean, Why you think people like David Benavidez? He's vicious. He don't fight
Yeah,
nobody, but he's vicious. He's one
cut
of
it out.
the best. He's one of the best like bum beaters we've seen in years. So I got to give him full credit for
What you
that.
talking about?
It's not like it
Man,
ain't like
don't
David
come on.
Benavidez ever fought nobody, but
If you
he's
gonna make
been
me put you in timeout like you done Dub right side, you tell
I
what?
was saying, you said that man the best
Yeah,
bum beater. His
yeah,
last seven or eight opponents all been top 10 opponents. So if you
yeah.
calling them
I
bums,
haven't heard
okay,
him say
they're fine, they
Jehovah's
bums.
name yet.
The
I
last
haven't heard him say Jehovah's name
the
yet.
last seven or eight
Already.
opponents that David Benavidez has fought been top 10 opponents. It might even be more than that, but I know for sure the last 7 or 8 been all top 10 opponents. If you want to call top 10 opponents
They
bums,
had
so be it.
Hey, I wish he would fight
David
I
Jehovah's
thought
Morrell
you
won
was
the
a
BBO
hey
paper
BV. I
fight.
thought you was a Morel fan. What happened to that?
I
Yeah, he
like Morrell,
was.
but Morrell's a
That.
prospect.
Oh my God! Now, no, you told me, man, that Morrell was gonna beat that man. That he was ducking and dodging Morrell. Now he's a prospect. A prospect. Come on now, cut it out.
No,
Caleb playing a prospect too,
I
ain't
didn't know. I didn't know you was a prospect and be a world champion at the same time. I didn't know that it was
he? I ain't
possible.
man.
I
Hey,
didn't know that was
free. How
possible.
they do that? How they do that, free?
Once you become a contender or a world champion, you are no longer a prospect. You're a prospect up until the point you become a contender. Once you become a contender and a champion, you are no longer a prospect. I don't care if you only got 3 fights. You are a world champion. You are no longer a prospect anymore.
That's right.
Lomachenko, when he got his title, the second fight he had or the third fight he had, he was no longer a prospect. He was a matter of fact, before that, he was no longer a prospect because he fought for the title before that. And then he fought for
Mm-hmm.
the title again.
I think.
So you think?
I think. I just think what you guys saying it makes some sense. But my
Yeah,
thing is this: when it come to boxing, man, you want to see people that's entertaining, people that want to fight the fights. Here, I'm excited. I think last night proved a lot. You had Xander Zayas look good. You had Shakur look good. But I'm telling you, man, what we seen with Shakur and Keyshawn, they need to fight, man. They need to fight next.
No,
And
well, like I
I
said,
don't really
I'm
we
not
ain't gonna
worried about
get it.
that. And you know what people
No,
going?
but
I'm gonna
they
tell y'all
both
why
at
people pushing that
140.
narrative.
They both at
I'm gonna tell
140.
y'all,
Come
son.
on, man.
I'm gonna tell y'all, son. Canelo, and this is what I'm gonna say right now. Canelo said he wasn't gonna fight no Mexican fighter. Nobody had a problem. Nobody had a problem with it. Nobody. But now we got two black brothers, and both of them are cool with each other. Now everybody want to see them fight. Now the problem because they saying, I be listening, I pay attention to everything. I pay attention to everything, and I hold receipts. You understand what I'm saying? I keep my receipts. I don't care if they fight right now. They don't have to fight right now for me. There's too many options out there. But if
I'm
it
gonna say
comes
this
Well,
down
how
though.
come
to
you
it,
love boxing then?
no, I
Let's
I
love
see.
understand
boxing.
what
Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish. It was just like Floyd Mayweather and Zab too. Eventually, they had to fight because the money was so good. Hey, man, if you want me to lose my friendship with my partner, put the right amount of money up, and I guarantee you they'll fight if the right money is put on the table. But I ain't worried about them fighting right now because I think eventually they're going to end up fighting. But it ain't got to be right now for me. Let's do what everybody else do. Everybody else do it. Y'all hate. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Y'all proactive Spanish, Puerto Rican fans hate that we got two young brothers down there that you can't beat. So you want one of them to beat the other. And that's all it's about. I'm keeping it real. I ain't holding back in 2026. I'm speaking nothing but the truth. And I'm going to say what's on my mind. Cut it out.
I won't disagree with what you say
Yeah.
if they were in 2 different weight classes. But if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are
No,
in
I want to. You right. You right, Fred.
but hold up. But if you in the same weight class and you're saying you the best, you're saying you want to be undisputed, and he has the belt, and you say, "Oh, I'm not gonna fight him. That's my brother." No. You said you are the best. You want to be undisputed. He has that key for you being undisputed. You got to go fight that man. I don't
Oh,
care.
yeah. No
Y'all
doubt
not
about it.
blood brothers. Now, if y'all were blood brothers, then okay, I understand. Y'all are good friends. Y'all
I
that
agree.
close that y'all call each other brothers. But I got a lot of friends that I call my brothers as well. But
Yep.
if one of them was stopping me from achieving my ultimate goal, I'm going through you. I'm gonna go
Yep.
through
Yep.
you. So I agree. They don't have to fight each other if they're not in the same weight class. But if y'all in the
Hey,
same
Free,
weight
let me ask
class
you this,
and
Free.
y'all got an ultimate goal of
They
being
just
the
fought at
best in that
140, both of
division,
them.
y'all got to fight each other.
I still don't have a problem with it, and I'm gonna tell you why, Free. Because I've already seen the move made, and I know you paying attention, Free. Keyshawn's already calling Devin Haney out at 147. He's moving on. Shakur Stevenson said he's willing to go back down to 135 if he can't get the fight that he wants at 140. I already see what they're doing. That's why I said
No,
I don't know if people paying attention.
Shakur said he's going to 47 too. He want Conor
No,
Bennett.
no. Last night he said last night on one of them interviews he willing to go back to 135 if he has to. Now he said he'll
No,
fight Conor Bennett at 147.
yeah, he said if he has to. But
Yeah.
if there's a Devin Haney fight on the line or there's a Conor Bennett fight on the line, he's going to 47.
Well, I don't think Conor Benn and him gonna work out due to Conor Benn saying he would not take a rehydration clause. He said that last night. They brought it up a few times. So
Yeah, I
that's
know.
not gonna happen.
If I was Shakur, I would activate my mandatory for Devin Haney at 147.
Mm.
That's what I would.
That what you I mean it wouldn't be
Now, I mean, he go back to 35. You got
Tank is
Raymond
gone.
Muratalla that's sitting right there that's been wanting to get that fight with Shakur for the longest. Raymond Muratalla sitting
yeah,
right
I
there.
want I want
You
Shakur
got
to
a
go and get
Dula
him.
Mason. You got a Dula Mason sitting right there. Which one you gonna go after, Shakur? If you go back down to 35, which one you gonna go after?
I hope he
None.
take I hope he fight Raymond. I hope he
Only
fight
fight
Raymond. I
that would
want
be
to see
good
him and
for him
Raymond fight.
down there is if they could dig up Abdul Wahid to bring him back. That's the only fight you want to see him fight at that level. It looks
Hey,
like that fight is
BBO,
no
tell your
Abdul
people be
Wahid. He
quiet,
don't
man.
need to go back.
Floyd Schofield last night, Floyd Schofield Jr. said the only person that could beat Shakur down there is him. You know what I'm saying? I guess, and somebody at Abdullah Mason. I don't believe nothing Floyd Schofield and his son say. They had a chance to fight Shakur and it didn't happen. So I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? What he says. I
Oh,
don't know what he
Abdul
got
was
going
cold.
on. What'd you say,
I
BBO?
think D Free told me when the tow truck driver touched the hood, it was cold. There was no way nobody drove that car.
Say what?
I don't know what
Man,
BBL talking about, but
oh,
You did.
BBO crazy.
I can tell you right now. Uh, Shakur showed you last night the reason why Schofield didn't take that fight.
Right.
They can't beat Shakur Stevenson. They can't.
No, they can't. They can't.
You can have Kid Austin on his best day. He's not beating Shakur Stevenson. He's not. He needs Shakur Stevenson to fight his worst possible fight that he can fight, and Kid Austin fight his best possible fight in order for him to beat Shakur Stevenson. He's not beating Shakur Stevenson. Not right now. Maybe years down the line he might be able to. Not right now. You're not beating Shakur.
Mm. Yeah,
You
yeah.
stand on that?
I'm 100% sure about that. He ain't beating him.
I,
No, I said, do you
I,
stand on that?
I stand with him.
No, I'm willing to bet on Shakur. They make the fight tomorrow and say they fighting in April or May. I'm betting my money on Shakur immediately.
Definitely.
Immediately.
What y'all think about Xander getting a chance to fight Josh Kelly next?
Is he
I'm
fighting Josh
glad.
Kelly?
I'm glad. If
They said,
that fight
they
goes
said
through,
last night.
if that
I,
fight goes
I,
Last
through,
night.
I heard. Huh? No, I thought last night I heard them say something about, Eddie Hearn's gonna listen. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Eddie Hearn gonna control that situation some kind of way. If Booth don't get that Virgil fight, Booth gonna have Josh next. I'm telling you.
I was just about to say that. That fight ain't gonna happen if Javon said he wants that fight because he is the mandatory to Xander Zayas for both those belts. He became
Yeah,
the mandatory to Xander Zayas for both those belts. So if he wants to, if Jerron Booth wants that fight with Xander Zayas next, Xander's not getting that Josh Kelly fight. He's getting
no,
Jerome Booth because Josh
Hey,
Kelly
let
is
me
promoted by Eddie Hearn and Jerome Booth is promoted by Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn gonna say, hold up,
I
I
forgot
can
about
have
that.
Jerome Booth beat Xander Zayas and get both those belts. I got Josh Kelly over here with a one belt. I can have a unification. It's all in-house money for me. Jerome
yep.
Booth go get those belts.
Mm, yeah.
Hey, let
What
me
do
ask
y'all?
you
Hey,
guys this: being diabolical, wouldn't Wouldn't it be a good time for Devin to move up and go get Xander Zayas?
What?
Nah,
Because
I rather see
Shakur,
I rather see the Shakur
you
versus
wouldn't want to
Devin.
see that.
nah.
I think Devin can beat Xander Zayas.
I ain't
Mm,
saying he can't.
Well,
I,
I mean,
mm.
Devin does have the WBO belt, so he can become the mandatory, but he can only become the mandatory right away if Devin moves up right now before Jerome Business put in his petition to become the mandatory.
Oh,
If Jerome
I
Business
know that part. That's what I'm saying. Wouldn't that
That's
be a
what I'm
good
saying.
fight for
That's the only way. But I don't see that being Devin's move right now because if that was his move, they would have been already trying to make that move. They'd have been
yeah.
already trying to make that move. That's not his move.
I
His
think
move
that's
is to look
perfect.
to
I
get.
think that's perfect.
His move is to get the winner of Ryan and Mario Barrio. That's his move. That's what he's waiting on. That's the big money fight because the Xander Zayas is not a big money fight for Devin Haney.
Yeah,
It's a good fight, but it's not a big money fight.
Devin already said he camping out at 147.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask
He's
you this: three. What if Devin go up there beat Xander, become unified at 154? What can they say then? What can they say?
Huh?
can't say nothing.
I mean, they can't say nothing now, but yeah, I'm with you on that. That's a great
Right.
move.
I would go pray on Xander because I think Devin would beat the curl off Xander, man. That Bobby Reno hairstyle will be gone. I think Devin will beat him.
I know whatever they do, they better get a fight out of Xander Zayas soon because if Xander Zayas don't get the fight that he's looking, whether it's a Deron Center or it's Josh Kelly for three belt, Xander Zayas is going to 160 and going to challenge one of those champions at 160.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I don't.
the
But man,
undisputed
I can't
fight
let
is
us.
gonna get tough.
Right. But hey, free. I can't let us get out of here, man. I got to talk about this. Ain't no way around it, man. Big baby, man. That sunroof came off top of his head last night, man. I just got to talk about it,
Oh
man. The
man,
sunroof came off, man, last night.
no,
You know what I'm saying? And
I'm gonna tell you how funny that
go
was.
ahead.
My wife,
Yeah.
my wife woke up this morning and I was watching YouTube and she was like, "Hey, babe, did you see the video with the dude wind came off in the ring?" I said, "Yeah, we was watching the fight last night. We was watching it. My wife don't even watch
But
boxing like that, but she saw that video.
you know,
Man.
I'm like, no, what? I
no,
don't know
And that was the
what
funniest thing I ever
no.
seen live, man.
No, I don't know what possessed him to put a man wig on before you go into a fight. You know daggone well there's going to be a whole lot of holding, a whole lot of punching at your head and rubbing on your head and stuff like that. Why would you put that on?
Yeah, that was
Why would
crazy,
you put
man.
that on?
That was crazy. That was crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I mean, then they made, man, the internet undefeated. They made a video. I don't know if y'all seen it with him driving away from Las Vegas somewhere in the car with her hair flying back.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
I thought he had her. I thought it was real, man. I thought he had real hair. It just messed me up last night.
Y'all hear me?
But hey, yeah, I can hear you, BBO. On another note, Big Baby looked bad last night to me. I don't know what y'all think.
I think everybody went quiet.
BBO, BBO, BBO went quiet though. He can't hear us. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you,
Yeah, we
CDK. I
can.
can't hear BVO. Probably can't hear us.
Oh, BBO probably can't hear us then. But man, what do
I
y'all
can
think
hear y'all
about Big
now.
Baby
Y'all
last?
hear me?
BBO, what do you think about Big Baby last night? His performance.
I don't think y'all can hear me.
We can hear
No, we
you.
can hear you, man.
You can't hear us.
Yeah, BBL, I don't know what's
Oh,
going
I can
on
hear
with.
y'all now. Oh, I can hear y'all now. My
Okay.
bad.
What do you think about Big Baby performance
I
last
went
night?
the wrong way.
I don't know what BBO got going on. Free, what do you think about his
Yeah,
performance?
I mean,
Nah,
this
you
is
can't hear CDK. BVO. That's what it is.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he
This
Yeah,
asked
I
you
can
about
hear
Big
CDK.
Baby Miller. Yeah, you got to come
He
in and
said,
come back out. But
what
yeah,
you
he want
think
to know
about
about
Big
Big
Baby
Baby.
Miller
What you think about
performance,
Big Baby?
BBL?
All right.
What you say now, Free?
No, I think this is what we've seen from Miller his last couple of fights. He didn't ate himself almost out of heavyweight to where This man is coming in the ring like 300 pounds and he just laying on people. Like Big Baby, and it very well could have been the PEDs and the stuff that he was on, the reason why he was so active earlier in his career, because I'm used to the Big Baby that would throw a lot of punches and be a lot of show a lot of activity in the ring. But it
Yeah,
could be the fact that he's not on those PEDs and those drugs that he was taking before. The reason why he's fighting the way he's fighting now. A lot of times those guys rely on those PEDs to give them the energy to be able to perform, and then when they don't have it in their system, they can't perform well because they're relying on something else to give them that energy, and they don't have that energy anymore. So they perform differently. So that very well could be the case with Big Baby.
man. That was the case. Crush, what do you think, Crush, about him last night performance?
Ah, fuck him. Fuck
Hey, it
him.
was a tough.
I'm not big on him anyway. I
Yeah,
ain't got
yeah.
nothing against him, but he
Hey,
wound up
Crush.
getting the nod, just like that. They nodded right off his damn head. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, man. It
But
was bad.
I don't
I
see
think, man,
anything.
like, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't think it's anything he's going to be really doing the heavyweight division, man, with what's out there. So it is what it
Yeah.
is. But he's was the most entertaining guy last night with the funny. So that overshadowed what he actually did in the fight.
Yeah, it did. It did. I'm like Free. I think he's off the steroids now, and I just think that, man, we seeing the real Big Baby now because he's always been able
Yeah,
to fight around that weight, Free. You know what I'm saying? Like you said. But now that he's not on nothing, man, he looked terrible to me. He looked terrible.
yeah, he didn't look impressive.
It looked like everybody gone. I don't know where they gone. So, man, I'm gonna close
Yeah,
us out, man. I appreciate everybody, man, doing our thing. We'll be back, man. What time y'all going? What y'all doing tonight, Free?
I think BBO normally do like an evening joint. I think he do something like around 10 on
Around
Central, but I
10.
don't know if he's gonna do that tonight. Yeah, I know it'd be like 10 p.m. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well, 10 p.m. tonight, folks. Y'all tune in to BBO Sports Talk Network, man. This is CDK, man. For Crush the Legend, D Free, and the rest of our brothers. We out.
be out.
Peace.